So in the mortgage transaction where you're either purchasing or refinancing a home, a piece of property, the title company is one of the most crucial pieces to this. And most people don't understand what they do, what their role is, and why we pay a fee to them. So today I want to clear this up for you and help you understand why they are so important in this transaction. My name's Miles Pitcher. I own Superior Lending. I've been in the business for 22 years now, and I am dual licensed with a bank that allows me to do loans across all 50 states. So first, let's look at some of the roles that the title company plays. The first one is at the beginning of a transaction, they will do a title search and examination. And in this, they're going to look at the current owner, any liens, any potential liens that could be against the property. Why is this so important? Because as a buyer, you want to make sure that the property, the home you are buying, isn't going to have a bunch of problems from the past popping up, and clouding your title is kind of the term that gets used, but the liens from the past or something comes up that attaches onto the property. So the search is very critical. They do it very early on. They verify what liens are currently on the property that need to be paid off. They verify that you as a buyer don't have any judgments against you or the seller. And then they will put those all into a report that's called a property report. And as you're buying a home, one of the pieces will be the title or escrow company will provide a copy of this report for you to review. The second role that the title company will provide is in giving you title insurance. And there's actually a couple of different types of title insurance. There's the owner's title policy and the lender's title policy. And this is speaking to a purchase transaction. You will be required, if you are using a lender, to have that lender's title policy, and you get to pay that. The owner's title policy may or may not be paid by you as a buyer. In Utah, typically we have the seller pay the owner's title policy. But both of these are forms of insurance that protect you as a buyer, verifying that as you bought that home, the title was free and clear, it was clean, and that the lien that your lender put on there, their mortgage, their trustee, is the only lien on that property at the time you bought it. Very important. I'll post a link here to a video that goes into more depth on what the title insurance is and what you're paying for in there if you want to look at that video. The third piece of a title company is to act as an escrow agent. What this means is they are looking at this transaction that is happening. You have a seller, you have a buyer, you have a contract, and now you have a lender involved also. The title company is going to make sure that everybody is fulfilling their part of the contract and dispersing the funds as needed. They are an independent third party, and they really give the lender and all parties involved the confidence that the transaction will be executed in the way that the contract states. Without the title company facilitating this, making sure the money is dispersed to the sellers, the money is dispersed to fees that need to be paid, that things are recorded. Without that, the transaction honestly would fall apart. So they really facilitate that and act as that escrow agent. So the one that becomes most visible to our clients is the closing or settlement. And this is where you sit down with an escrow officer and they have that thick stack of documents for you to sign at closing. And this is the part that I'm super concerned about, is I want to make sure that the escrow officer does a good job on going through the documents with the client, making sure they're comfortable with what they're signing. We do that ahead of time with our clients to review what they'll be signing, but we also have the escrow officers who do that. They will be notarizing documents for you. They do this for the buyer and the seller in the closing of the transaction. The last piece is the recording of the documents. This is where once they have all the fundings in place, the money from the lender, the down payment from the client, they have all the signed loan documents, they then execute the recording. And this is where they will go to the county recorder's office and make sure that you are now listed as the new owner of the home. And if there is a mortgage, that mortgage lien is recorded on that property. And they make sure that that all happens. So as you can see, their role is very much in the background sometimes, but it's super critical in making sure that you are secure in your ownership of that home. There's a lot of fraud that is happening right now. So having a solid title company that's looking out for you, making sure that you're safe in the wires that you are sending is super critical. We love the companies we work with. They do a great job. Your realtor will also have some good recommendations on some good escrow or title companies to use. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks for watching the video.